You have 2 minutes.
This is a closing?
You're closing.
Okay. So, in closing, I want to address one thing I didn't get a chance to. A lot of people have given me feedback, how can I do both jobs? Library trustee, I am not dropping. I am in it for the full 6-year term. The county commissioners have meetings Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but never Thursday afternoon, and library trustees have a regular meeting Thursday afternoon. So it can be done, and I plan to do it. And I want to do the same thing. I'm in my mid-60s. I want to do the same thing now that I'm not working that I did with the library board. I want to help the county and give back to the community that helped me here while we raised the family. And I see there's a lot of opportunities for changing the direction, setting goals. I don't know why we're getting Kootenai facility up in Hayden when everything's supposed to be down in Coeur d'Alene, but all of these things have to be looked at, and I intend to do it. I'm not tied at the hip to anybody. I'll be an independent thinker, so I'm not a yes man to anybody.
I want to address a few things that have been asked during our campaign. My education is one. I have dropped out in 7th grade, and I'm very thankful that I did so, because I look at people who are graduating high school today and they're completely out of their mind. They have submitted themselves to indoctrination, and I believe in the 1990s getting a 7th grade education is way better than getting a 12th grade education today. At 15, I did get my high school equivalency. I walked into North Idaho College. I took all of the tests without studying. I got a 12.9 on every one of them except for spelling. I got an 11.3, which is a 11th grade, 3rd month. So I have an education just as good as anybody who's graduated high school. I did 3 years of Bible college, which I know it isn't the fundamentals of being a commissioner, but I did get a lot of education. I learned a lot. The other thing is, we talk about qualification, and here's what I want to remind everybody. The Republican platform is a very faith-based platform. We believe in Jesus Christ being the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And if you look at 1 Samuel chapter 9, Israel was begging for a king, and they wanted somebody to represent them who was the best of the best, the cream of the crop, and they got Saul, who was the goodliest man of all in the land. And what happened? This educated man of good stature failed the people over and over, and finally God removed him and put a little shepherd boy in his place who loved God and loved people, and that's what I will do.
Well, as a county commissioner, I can promise you 3 things. You're going to get an honest guy, you're going to get a hard worker, and we're going to improve the county situation. We're going to improve our environment. We're going to manage growth. You can't stop growth, but you can certainly manage it. And I don't mean by saying, no, you can't build a house there. I mean by where that housing complex is, getting services available to those people, roadways and things like that. One of the dumbest things we ever did in this county, and has nothing to do with the county government, is rebuild Highway 41 and put a stoplight every half a mile. That is not managing growth along that corridor, okay? The other thing is, I think that we need to maintain those traditional values. Our kids need to have a county that they can look up to. And the only way we're going to get that is by us all working together. It's not the city of Coeur d'Alene or the city of Hayden or the city of Dalton. It's Kootenai County. We need to put all of that in one bag and utilize it. We also need to be transparent about what we do. I will be sure that you have transparency. I would like to see a system put into place to where the public can meet with the county commissioner once a week. Sometimes you can't always talk about everything they want to talk about, but I think it's important that they have access like that to the county commissioners. So transparency is a big thing. The other thing is a commitment to the citizens of the county. I said this earlier. We have to listen to what the county taxpayers are telling us. It's pretty hard to go out and say to somebody, give me $1,000 and I'll ignore you. But we do it, through the taxing system. The other thing I would just like to say, if you go on and look at my website, it's statforcommissioner.com. It's a lot of history on there. I've got all kinds of experience that I know I can apply to the role as county commissioner. Am I going to be up to speed the first day? Am I going to be up to speed the first day? Absolutely not. And thank
So
you.
once upon a time, there was this little boy.
You want me to execute the 2 minutes?
Yeah, you should.
right.
He told me there'd be a timer.
Clock is yours.
Well, I agree with the fact that we need more planning. Some time ago, the county commissioners stopped talking to the cities, and that has just been started again. And I want to continue that. We need to build a consensus, because all this growth and out of control growth is happening in the cities. And we need to get together with them and form a consensus on what we're going to do and what kind of a plan we're going to have and what the community is going to want to look like. We don't want it to look like what Post Falls is doing right now. I live there, and there's an apartment on every block, it seems. So no, we need more planning, because right now they're building a justice center with 3 more courtrooms. That's going to give you what, when it's finished, the room that they need right now. The county is growing. What are we going to need in 5 years? How many courtrooms? In 10 years? What are we going to need as far as the jail goes in 5 years or 10 years? The jail is overcrowded right now. They failed 2 inspections. We can't afford to have the Department of Justice come in and start running things. We need to plan for the next 5 years and 10 years of what's going to be needed. Same way with something I bet none of you ever think about. The coroner. What does he need? Where is he putting his bodies right now? In all the local funeral homes around the county, because he doesn't have room for them. So there's all things that need to be planned for. So we need to do that and not just ignore it. Thank you.
Take some away.
I'm going to give you a pass. I'm not going to address your previous ignorance. So, sorry.
You can. You can.
I did. I'm not going to. Kootenai County is a wonderful place. There's a lot of people moving into the area, and I suspect that we're having, we had Barry Goldwater Californians moving up here back in the 60s. So I think we've seen another exodus from California, and you're welcome. It's the United States of America. You cannot tell somebody you can't build a house here, you can't do this, that, or the other thing. How many times do you run into regulations that don't allow you to do what you want to do on your property? Private property rights is a big thing. The health care that we have here, I hope we can take care of the hospital portion of it, because we really need to have the hospital. It was built with county taxpayer dollars, and here we are going to give it away. We need some new computers at the county, that's right. I use a 1998 computer, but I also have a brand spanking new one too, but I paid for it out of my pocket. And county employees, sometimes they say they need this, that, or the other thing, and well, it's really not true. They can get by a little bit longer. I'm all about saving taxpayer dollars and getting these budgets into line, because right now we're very. I think the percent is like 16% that we're doing with these every budget. The 2023 budget was $120 million. $120 million. Everybody, thank